following is a production of Cary TV, the Town of Cary's government access channel. You're watching Bud TV, the monthly program that keeps you informed about what's going on in and around Cary Town government. This month on Bud, find out what's in the town's new fiscal year 2013 budget. Learn how to be prepared in an emergency, and it's time for National Night Out. All that and more right here on Bud TV.
It's July, and that means the town's new fiscal year 2013 budget is here.
The town continues to look for ways to economize without significantly impacting our community's look and feel.
It will take about $233 million this year to keep Cary one of the greatest places in America to live, work, and raise a family. That's only a 5.2% increase over the town's adopted fiscal year 2012 budget.
Cary's tax rate remains unchanged,
keeping it one of the lowest in the triangle at 33 cents per $100 valuation.
Valuation? That means per $100 of the value of your personal property, like your car and your house.
Also, garbage, recycling, and yard waste fees will hold the same at $14 per month.
Cary water and sewer customers will see a 6% rise in utility rates, equaling about $5.18 per month for a residential customer using 7,000 gallons of water.
That's to help pay for our community's share of the state-mandated Western Wake Regional Wastewater Management Facilities set to come online in 2014.
Did you know the budget is divided into two parts?
Yes, there's a capital budget, which funds bricks and mortar projects like roads, buildings, and water and sewer lines.
and the operating budget, which funds the equipment, supplies, vehicles, and people needed to provide services and run programs.
The $48 million capital plan includes $1 million for downtown improvements,
$2 million for street resurfacing,
$1.1 million for the new Hope Church Trailhead Park,
and $3.7 million for developing the Crabtree Creek Greenway.
Of the 49 general capital projects, 24 are repair, renovate, or replacement related.
And over half of them are funded fully or in part by federal grants or state-collected local revenues.
The operating portion of the budget totals just about $185 million. That's a modest 2.8% increase from last year's adopted operating budget.
it includes hiring a new detective,
Funded 100% by federal drug forfeiture proceeds.
One transit planner,
Funded at 90% by federal and state grants.
one downtown theater facility supervisor to be hired in 2013 prior to the new facility's opening,
And 3 new utility-related positions in preparation for the opening of the Western Wake Regional Wastewater Management Facilities.
that makes the total staff nearly 1,168, or about 8.2 staff members for each 1,000 Cary residents.
one of the lowest staff-to-citizen ratios in the state for a large municipality.
You know, that's about the same as it was 4 years ago.
Even though Cary has over 10,000 more people since then.
Later this summer, the complete Town of Cary budget will be available online at the town's website, townofcary.org.
And printed copies of the budget will also be available at the town clerk's office in Town Hall,
At the Cary Public Library on South Academy Street,
And at the West Regional Library, 4000 Louis Stevens Drive.
The town's annual budget is a work and financial plan designed to implement the town council's vision of keeping Cary one of the best places to live, work, and raise a family in the country.
Are you seeing green? Lawns in our area can be anything from bright green to brownish green this time of year. Wondering why? I'll tell you about it next on the Conservation Corner. If you see a full green lawn in full sun and 90-degree weather, chances are it's a warm season grass. And I'm here with Jeff Hall, Water Conservation Program Specialist, to talk more about this type of turf and see why it might be good for some lawns. So Jeff, this is really green. Tell me about this type of turf.
This is Oysha. one of the warm season varieties that does great when the temperatures heat up. It greens up in early spring, stay green throughout the hot months of summer. It will, however, go dormant probably late October when the temperatures start to cool down. Once established, it really requires a lot less water than your typical fescues that you see. Another grass that'll give you that green color in the summer is this Bermuda grass. It's very hardy, which can make it great for high traffic areas. This is fescue. You'll notice it's not as green as some of the warm season turfs we showed you, and that's all right. That's due to the fact it's a cool season turf and we're in the middle of summer right now. It's not really due to a lack of water you see this brown color. It's just the turf's natural mechanism to cope with the heat stress.
So if you're thinking about converting your lawn, think about the area you're going to have, if it's in full sun, and even what kind of use it's going to get. And for more information on warm season grasses and incentives to be water-wise, visit townofcary.org. Thanks, Jeff. And thank you for all that you do to be water-wise this summer. I'm Shrishna Guilford, and I'll see you next time on the Conservation Corner.
Summer's here.
Yippee!
Yep, it's definitely a time to celebrate, but it's also a time to make sure you're prepared for possible emergencies.
Emergency preparedness is not the sole concern of Californians for earthquakes,
Of those who live in Tornado Alley,
Or even us North Carolinians because of the hurricanes.
Knowing what to do before, during, and after an emergency is a critical part of being prepared and may make all the difference when seconds count.
First, prepare yourself and your family for a disaster by making an emergency plan.
Your family may not be together when a disaster strikes, so it's important to plan in advance.
How you will get to a safe place.
How you will contact one another.
How you will get back together.
and what you will do in different situations.
Your emergency planning should also address the care of pets, aiding family members with access and functional needs, and safely shutting off utilities.
You may also want to inquire about emergency plans at work, daycare, and school.
If no plan exists, consider volunteering to help create one.
Once you collect this important information, gather your family members and discuss the plan.
Practice your plan at least twice a year and update it according to any issues that arise.
It's also important to put together a basic emergency supply kit.
Your kit should include 1 gallon of water per person per day for at least 3 days for drinking and sanitation.
At least a 3-day supply of non-perishable food,
a battery-powered or hand crank radio, and a weather radio with tone alert, and extra batteries for both,
a flashlight and extra batteries,
a first aid kit,
a whistle to signal for help,
baby wipes,
matches,
garbage bags, and plastic ties for personal sanitation,
and a multi-tool.
You should also include specialty items like prescription medications and glasses,
infant formula and diapers,
pet food, and extra water for your pet,
cash or traveler's checks and change.
Important family documents such as copies of insurance policies, identification, and bank account records,
a sleeping bag or warm blanket for each person,
and a complete change of clothing for each person.
In the face of disaster, Americans come together with courage, compassion, and unity, and ask, how can I help?
One great way is to take basic first aid and CPR classes. The Red Cross of the Triangle is a great place for that. For information on classes, just visit triangleredcross.org.
You can also get trained and volunteer with a community emergency response team.
CERT training is a Citizens Court program designed to enable citizens to care for themselves and their neighbors during the first 3 days following a disaster event.
Participants are educated about disaster preparedness,
CERT organization,
light search and rescue,
medical care,
fire extinguisher use,
and disaster psychology.
Learn more about CERT training and how you can get involved by visiting the CERT page at the town's website, townofcary.org.
For more tips and information on how you can prepare yourself and your family for a potential emergency, visit the Federal Emergency Management Agency at ready.gov.
So be a good scout and be prepared. A little planning now can help a lot in an emergency.
Now let's take a look at the calendar, where there's a time and a place for everything. On Thursday, July 12th, the Operations Committee will meet at 5:30 p.m. in the Council chambers. The Planning and Zoning Board will meet on Monday, July 16th at 6:30 p.m. in the Council chambers. On Wednesday, July 18th, the Planning and Development Committee will meet at 5:30 p.m. in the Council chambers. Please note, this is a Wednesday instead of the usual Thursday. The Town Council will meet on Thursday, July 26th at 6:30 p.m. in the Council chambers. Please note that this is the only Council meeting in July. On Tuesday, July 31st, a Town Council work session will be held at 5:30 p.m. in conference room number 10035. For more meetings and events, log on to townofcary.org and click on the calendar icon.
The town of Cary continues to be one of the safest communities in the country. This fact, however, should not lull us into a false sense of security. When that happens, crimes of opportunity are likely to occur, and we may find ourselves the victim. Burglary is a crime of opportunity that happens when our vigilance is at an all-time low, allowing the criminals to gain the upper hand. Here are a few things you should know about this crime. There are an estimated 2 million burglaries nationwide each year. The estimated loss by the victims is slightly over $3 billion. 1 in 6 homes will be burglarized this year. Burglars will spend, on average, less than 1 minute to enter your home. And 60% of burglaries will take place during the day. If you find yourself the victim of a burglary, it is important to remember a few things. First, if the burglar is still inside your home, it is best that you try not to confront them. Find a safe place to hide or to leave, and then dial 911. Your safety and well-being is our #1 priority. Second, try not to touch or move anything. You may destroy evidence that could help us identify the perpetrator. Here are some safety tips to keep from becoming a victim. Keep all valuables out of sight from windows whenever possible. All exterior doors should have deadbolts and be solid core. Always remember to close and lock your garage doors. Keep shrubs and trees pruned so they do not conceal your doors and windows. And never hide a key right outside of your home. Take the preventive measures to protect yourself, your family, and your property. Then your chances of becoming a victim of this crime will be greatly reduced. Burglars love an easy target, so be proactive and make it tough for them. For the Cary Police Department, I'm Officer Kenrick Alexander, reminding you to target safety.
Who's going to National Night Out?
I'll be there.
What's National Night Out?
It's America's night out against crime.
On Tuesday, August 7th, we're all invited to come out and join the nation in celebrating National Night Out, an initiative to promote awareness, safety, and neighborhood unity.
From 5 to 8 p.m., Cary Police will be visiting neighborhood watch programs throughout town to promote neighborhood spirit and police-community partnerships as we work for a safer community.
And new this year, the town is hosting its main event on Academy Street in front of the Cary Art Center.
That's right, the big show has been moved from the mall to downtown Cary.
It will feature a kids zone with fun activities for the kids.
There will also be a beer goggle station for folks to check out how your perception is affected at various levels of impairment from alcohol.
Cool public safety vehicles from past and present will be there as well.
And live music playing from the steps of the Cary Arts Center.
How about something to eat?
Yep, various food and beverage vendors will be there too.
For more information, call Community Services Officer John Reeves at 919-469-4324.
And be sure to check out National Night Out at the town's website for other organized events within the town of Cary.
That does it for this month's Bud TV. If you have any questions about stories you've seen here, you can email us at feedback@townofcary.org or call 469-4001. And remember to tune to Cary TV 11 if you're looking to find out what's going on in and around Cary Town government. This has been a production of Cary TV. Visit the Town of Cary's website at townofcary.org.